Nice shoes.
Can't see them.
No, you can't. You can't. Stop.
They're leather hey dudes, bro. Look at you wearing slides. Generic.
Sorry. We're checking out the amazing footwear Professor Jeff has with the leather hey dudes.
As Justin in Ireland calls them, hey buddies.
Hey buddies.
Hey buddies. I'm going to give me some hey buddies. He swore he would never wear them.
But he wears them.
We went into Dick's Sporting Goods and he tried a pair. I was like, just try a pair on. He left with two pair of hey buddies.
That's how I got mine. My daughters loved them. We were in Florida one day and they're like, come on, put them on. I'm like, oh, these do feel nice.
Yeah, that's exactly how I did it. My wife was in the store and she was like, just try them. I'm like, they're so ugly. I put them on. I was like, hey, wait a minute.
I don't care what they look like.
Wait a minute.
Feet feel perfect.
I won't do Crocs. I don't care how comfortable
You
they
say
feel.
that
No,
now.
Never.
Somebody get Jeff in a pair
Never.
of Crocs. So you've come out to Frequency Martial Arts for your 10th annual workshop weekend. We did two-hour workshops. The first one we focused on butterfly, thank you. Then we just wrapped up one on bottom side control and side control attacks. What keeps you traveling, not just to Bloomington, but you go to Tampa, you go to Canada, you go, was it Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, and sharing your knowledge.
It's just, I mean, as an instructor, you know yourself that like when you're teaching kids or like white belts and later on you're watching them grapple and they're doing the moves you just showed them, it makes you feel good, right? So it's the same thing, you know, when I'm able to go meet new people and teach them just the littlest part of jiu-jitsu and they get it, it excites them, it makes your job worth it, you know.
And in a few weeks from now, we're going to be down in Tampa for the annual camp at headquarters. For anybody who's watching this that trains at an RMNU affiliate school, what advice do you have for them? Seeing that, you know, you go all the time and you're teaching,
Yes.
but like the benefits they get for being the student.
Well, there's a bunch of different reasons to go. You know, I try to tell my guys sometimes it's not even really worth about the jiu-jitsu part. It's about going, meeting your team, you know, making connections with people you never thought you would, having a good time with jiu-jitsu. You know, it's a lot of jiu-jitsu. I learned so much down there, and I've probably said it 1,000 times. I'm a big person who I'm not worried about the whole entire move. I look at each move and try to figure out little parts of the move, hand placements, a leg placement, and that can transfer into other positions. You know, we did like an arm bar, and we did the same one from 3 different positions because it just moved right into that, and that's the part I like about jiu-jitsu. And yeah, you know, you get it's not really a vacation because we do so much jiu-jitsu, so we don't really have time to do much else. But you know, we'll go to dinner as a team. We'll have a night where we just do something fun. You know, normally we go bowling. I think this year we're going to Fright Night at Busch Gardens, and it's just fun to hang out, you know, and meet your team.
Yeah, it's a nice way to definitely catch up. One of the things that, you know, we talked about, because we had a mini private lesson, you talked about the fact that rather than showing an individual 12 different moves, keeping it simple. Explain that to somebody who's watching and they're, you know, scrolling through like TikTok and Instagram, and they're just trying to overwhelm themselves with these moves.
Yeah, so even at my school, you know, each night I'll teach between 3 to 4 moves, and I try to tell people, you know, if that first move I teach, that's something you need to work on, don't worry about the other 3 moves. Why learn 3 or 4 moves halfway? You know, if that's not the moves you're really doing at the time, just concentrate on the move that's going to be best for you, and you don't have to do the other 3. Just keep drilling that one. It's better to know 1 move good than 3 so-so.
You know, and you mentioned too, like at your school, and it's funny too because, you know, you mentioned this, and I see teammates here on the mats, like their eyes light up, and I'm like, that's kind of like the exact same thing we do here, where you're talking about rather than slap hands, bump knuckles, starting from your knees and just rolling for 5 minutes, specific training where, you're trying to control top side control and improve your position. Talk a little bit about that and why you feel that's important.
You mean when I was saying like be greedy with your training and
Yeah.
stuff? So, I personally never seen a tournament where you slap, bump, and you're on your knees fighting. So it's not really that realistic. And then I'll watch two people do everything they can not to be taken down from their knees, and they just sit there and hold each other. And so in order to get better, you have to attack what you're not good at, right? And when I started, I would get triangled probably 100 times a class. It felt like every time I did something, I was in a triangle. So it got to the point where one day I was just like, I'm going to start in a triangle. I'm going to fight out of this. In almost every class it was weeks and weeks and weeks. As soon as I slap, bump, I was like, can you put me in a triangle? Most of the time I got tapped out, but I eventually got to the point where it got very hard for them to submit me. And once I was able to, defend, then I was able to start working on escaping it. So, and that's just like every position, most submissions come from the back. And if you're getting submitted from the back, then that's when you should say, do you mind starting on my back? Most people be happy to, and they didn't earn it, so they're not really getting better, but if you're able to defend and escape, you just got better. Each time you get better and better, and that's being greedy with your training. And that's what I'm about.
You mentioned earlier you've been training since you were 33?
Just like 3 years now, I think.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years I've been training.
So what motivates you to get up, drive? How long's your drive to your school?
It's like 40 minutes.
Okay. What's motivating you to drive that 40 minutes to teach a class of guys and ladies?
Well, at first, I just wanted to be better. I want to be better. I trained with a group of people until I was purple belt. And then I met Hobson and I started training with him, and I swear to you, he put me in half guard. And I was just like, what are you doing? You don't even know how to do a guard right? I didn't know anything about half guard. We were just more like full guard, lock guard. And so right there, it was just like, oh my God, I need to do more of this. I need to get better. So I trained 5 days a week, all the time, especially after I started training with Hobson. And I was getting better and better and better. Now I'm getting older and older and older. So now I still train to get better, of course, but just coming in and watching my guys, it's amazing to see them getting better, my students. And that's my drive now, make the students better than me. I want them all to be better than I ever was.
And for somebody who is getting up there in age and they're going and they're training, what advice do you have for them so they could stay on the mats longer?
Pick your partners wisely and realize that you don't have to grapple to win. Grapple to have fun, keep it fun. If there's a 20-year-old over there and he's just trying to rip your arm off, because yourself, once you get a higher belt, it's like a target for these young guys, and they don't care how old you are, they just want to prove something. And so, instead of getting hurt by somebody going crazy, just be smart with your training, be smart with your training partners, stretch a lot before and after class, and just pick your partners wisely.
All right. Be safe. Stay on the mats as long as you can. Looking forward to the lesson plan tomorrow and the camp down at Tampa.
Yeah, the camp's going to be great. We made some more changes. Last year it turned out really good. We made some more changes this year. Found another place to eat. We're going to, again, go to Busch Gardens for a fun night. Hobson likes to get on them roller coasters. I'll get on the little kiddie ones or like a nice wooden one. Yeah. Them ones that do all that. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I'm smarter.
I'm probably just going to walk around. Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.